Why are you filming this? Scotland.
Why are you filming that?
Have a good weekend, sir. Those have to like make a 2-frame appearance in the clip. I'm gonna put that away.
When I started the program, with the computer science program back in 1979, coding was considered more of a curiosity for math students looking for enrichment. Labels like nerd and geek were often used to describe the students engaged in the computer-related activities. In the ensuing decades, society's increased dependency and obsession with technology has thrust coding and software into the mainstream.
So as a kid, when you think of computer science, you think of like the ability to control all these cool circuits and the ability to make things, you know, do things on your screen. I mean, even since like the beginning of grade 9, I knew I wanted to join this course, and it was definitely a good choice.
Well, I thought it would be an interesting course, and I had already done some software. That was my initial interest, but now I'm in both the hardware and software sides.
And I have to write this on my hand. I joined because you liked computers and I wanted to learn how they worked.
Last year I was getting high marks in it, and I need some high marks to get into good university this year.
You know, I have a deep passion for engineering, and I like to see how things work.
I took the course because it sounded very interesting. We're turning into a Titan. Oh my god!
I thought that it'd be like a real challenge for me and that I would learn a lot from it. In grade 10, for electives, I chose to do physical geo. It wasn't that bad, but like I wish I'd taken software instead.
I figured it'd be something cool to work on and to get better at.
It's a really good course. It's a great teacher. Mr. Darcy's good.
Who assembled this battery pack?
I think that this course is different from others because I think that besides from like the work we do in class, there's also like another component of it, like the thinking skills and problem solving.
I'd say it's very challenging as opposed to other courses, and the workload is a little bit more, but it's very satisfying to get an end result.
Mr. Darcy's knowledge behind the course and the amount of work that you constantly receive and the difficulty of it.
What else you got in there?
LED resistors, power diode can all switch into the smallest one.
So the small capacitor.
Have you looked at your chip seats?
They're
not circular, they're kind of longer than they are thicker.
Yeah.
You have a lot more free time to do kind of things, the projects, and you get to play around with solders, and I don't know, it's not like as formal as other classes where you kind of just sit down and listen and do some notes. You kind of, you're hands-on and it's fun.
Each class is not really regimented into like handouts or homework in the sense of math or English.
It's very creative. You have a lot of freedom to do whatever you like.
One of my favorite things that we did was like the animation project for software, which was on the SSD. If you saw that, it was a vending machine. And that was like our first assignment where we had some kind of interaction along with like graphics that had an output that we'd created ourselves. Like in previous years we'd done graphics, but we didn't create them, they were controlled by things that had been created for us. So it was really the first time we got to do that ourselves, and it was a cool project.
I would say prepare yourselves, because if you're not ready for this course, it is going to take you by surprise. It's a lot harder than you expect it's going to be.
If it's considered difficult, it's a combination of what I'm asking the students to do.
Every night for a week, 8 o'clock, I got home. And then I passed out. Next morning, 7 o'clock, back in Mr. Darcy's lab. It was horrible and cruel punishment.
Single-handedly has the power to ruin a weekend. You can basically have a Saturday deadline and a really hard assignment, so both your Friday and Saturday nights get completely sewered and your weekend's ruined.
I'm asking students to understand ideas and concepts and algorithms and sequences. I'm asking them to know them intimately and know them well. And I think that in itself makes it challenging.
Be prepared to not have weekends.
It's a very difficult course, and if you don't want to do a ton of work, don't take it.
There's a long-term commitment and investment to depth of thinking, and perhaps simply because solving problems is difficult.
Really good guy who does it though.
Why are you filming this?
Why are you filming Sam? Hello.
So basically they ended up with the broken display. Now the scale itself is $400. This display here was $90. So I'm working on fixing it and I'm getting paid a quarter of minimum wage in Canada.
If you're interested in technology and want to know how things work and have a great teacher, then for sure just take it. It's a loss, but you got to be prepared to do the work.
I find that a lot of people, students, past students, ACES, come back and they say the stuff they learned in this course puts them 2 or 3 years ahead in university in some aspects.
It's fun, although it's hard. It's very fun.
In the future, well, since the courses are less about the actual algorithms, language, components they're using in their circuits, and more about thinking and problem solving. These themes are universal, and wherever life takes them, thinking and problem solving will be an essential part of their own decision making and the direction that they take, their families. So by focusing in on these two elements, deep thinking and problem solving, I think I've done my job in setting them up for their futures.